Imagine becoming the wealthiest person in a world where your bank account is a ghost, and the local currency is better used as kindling for a fire. The power grid has been a memory for over a month now. The corner gas station is a fortress held by the desperate yesterday. A man swapped a luxury timepiece for a single tin of legumes. He was robbed, but not in the way you think, when modern life flatlines. Value migrates into things you can actually grip. A man clutching gold bullion is just a starving man with heavy pockets, but the person holding a handful of lighters is living like royalty at Victor's. Logic: we aren't interested in peddling panic-only cold reality. When society fractures, things you ignored become priceless, and worshipped things become debris. Let's start with the basics. Water. Purification tablets. In a catastrophe, it isn't usually violence that thins the herd. It's the water. Consuming tainted water leads to a brutal dehydrating end. When faucets fail, most people assume they'll just boil what they find. They won't have the fuel or the time to do that. One bottle of tablets transforms hundreds of liters of toxic sludge into hydration. I've seen souls trade a week's rations for one small blister pack. You can last weeks without a meal, but 3 days without water. If water is contaminated, your clock runs out in 48 hours. While others contract cholera, you'll be prepared because you have these. These were cheap today and worth a kingdom tomorrow. Next, consider the humble antibiotic. Imagine a simple gash from a jagged fence. In our world, it's a non-event. In a world where clinics are shuttered, that cut is a death sentence. Without modern medicine, sepsis is a silent executioner. This is how our ancestors died, and the unprepared will die again. When pharmacy shelves are bare, people offer anything for amoxicillin. Fish antibiotics often contain the exact same compounds as human versions. They are available without a prescription and remain effective for years. Carrying the means to cure an infection makes you more valuable than any bank. Then there's the matter of feminine hygiene. Half the world's population deals with a monthly cycle. This isn't just about comfort, it's about health and dignity. When stores are looted, lack of products forces unsanitary alternatives. But here is the survival pivot: tampons are sterile and highly compressed. They are elite tools for packing a serious wound. They also serve as high-grade fire tinder in a pinch. Elite military units use them to plug trauma wounds. They are inexpensive, never spoil, and solve a recurring problem. Keeping these ensures you have a bartering chip everyone needs. At Victor's Logic, we think of what nobody else thought to save. Let's talk about the vital importance of salt. We treat it like dirt, tossing it on frozen roads, but for the bulk of history, salt was literally money. Entire wars were waged over these precious white crystals. Why? Because your biology demands it to function properly. If you sweat out sodium and don't replace it, you fail. Furthermore, salt is the original refrigerator for your food. When power stays off, salt keeps meat edible for months. It cleans wounds, preserves life, and it lasts forever. When deep freezers fail, the person with salt decides who eats. Don't overlook the utility of the humble duct tape. It's the ultimate bridge between broken and working. In a crisis, you don't need a perfect solution, just fast. Whether sealing a window or patching a leaking roof or creating an emergency splint for a broken limb, this stuff is the universal fixer for any problem. It's trusted by everyone from deep-sea divers to astronauts. It's tough, flexible, and waterproof for any environment. However, it dries out, so buy 20 rolls and store them. When factories stop humming, the ability to repair is a superpower. Thriving isn't about paper wealth, it's about understanding human needs. Let's move to item number 6, the disposable lighter. Fire is the barrier between us and the rest of the animal kingdom. It purifies water, cooks protein, and keeps the hypothermia at bay. We've forgotten how grueling it is to create fire from scratch. Try rubbing sticks together when you're shivering and soaked to the bone. A single lighter gives you thousands of effortless fires in any weather. In past conflicts, a lighter could be traded for a month's food. I buy these in bulk and seal them away for the future. They're the gold coins of the new world. Then there's paracord, which isn't just your average backyard clothesline. This is 550-pound test cordage that hides a secret inside strip, the outer layer to find 7 inner strands for fishing or sewing. The outer shell can be a tourniquet or lashed together a shelter. It's rot-resistant, waterproof, and weighs next to nothing in your pack. I keep it in every bag and even wear it on my wrist. The only tools that matter are the ones you're actually carrying. Number 8 is the manual can opener, which sounds almost comical until you're starving in a room full of cans with no way inside. Your electric opener is a useless brick without a power socket. Hacking a can with a knife leads to a severed tendon. A tiny metal opener is the only thing standing between you and calories. People buy food but forget the $2 key required to eat it. Consider the heavy-duty contractor bag, the most underrated item in existence. It's a rain poncho, a ground tarp, and a water collector. It acts as a vapor barrier to keep body heat from escaping. Use it to haul gear or create a makeshift sanitary latrine. A box costs less than fast food, but solves 100 problems. Finally, we have the most potent asset of all, knowledge. In an era of clicks, we've hollowed out our own brains. When the internet is a memory, your smartphone is a paperweight. You need to own the information and keep it in your head. Print out medical manuals and guides on local edible plants. Laminate these instructions and store them safely for the future. Information is the only resource that weighs nothing and cannot be looted. The person who knows how to fix a wound is essential. Let's talk about the ultimate bonus item: heirloom non-hybrid seeds. Everything else helps you survive the week. Seeds build a life. They are the bridge from scavenging to planting a new world. Heirloom seeds allow you to harvest, save, and replant forever. In a collapse, a packet of seeds is a literal empire. They represent future security and the perfect currency for barter. If you have the garden, you have the ultimate power. Let's not forget portable power for your survival kit. I'm talking about rechargeable batteries paired with the solar kit. While disposables are great for the short term, they eventually run out. A solar charging setup provides a flicker of the old world indefinitely. It's not just about a flashlight, it's about providing power as a service. If your neighbor needs their radio, you can charge their batteries for labor. You aren't losing anything, you're harvesting the sun to create value. The truth is that gold is a beautiful luxury, but it lacks utility. You can't eat it, you can't drink it, and it won't keep you warm. When the systems we rely on finally buckle, value shifts to the practical. The items on this list are boring, common, and cheap until they aren't. Survivors won't be those with big bank accounts, but those who prepared. Start small, but start today. When the music stops, you must be ready. You can be the person trading wealth for a single spark, or the person with lighters watching treasures pile up at your feet.